How's it going?
What's up? Going
I'm
good?
Kevin. That's Matt. We're Locker Room versus Executive Suite. And we have some stuff to talk about before the big Super Bowl weekend. We'll do the predictions last at the end of the show, but how are we feeling today, Matt?
Feel good. Feel really good. Ready for the Super Bowl. I'm actually ready to watch some NBA today too. There's a lot of NBA games.
Yeah, I'm excited
Some
for
good
the
ones.
Knicks Lakers game today.
Yeah,
Uh,
me too at the Garden.
yeah, those tickets are like you got to sell your kidneys, your livers, your heart, whatever, just to get
Is that
in.
LeBron's last one at the Garden?
You know what? I really do think it is because
Me too.
I think he's not saying anything because what happened earlier this year, right? When that tease of him like, "Hey, I have a decision to make," right? And people were buying tickets as if it was okay, he's announcing it. And that had a lot of backfire. And so I think it's kind of like, yeah, this is my last year and you guys need to buy it if you can. If you don't, it is what it is.
I always thought he would do a farewell tour. That we'll see. The
He's definitely one
I
of
feel
those
like
players that
his
deserve it.
yeah, no, for sure. And he's the type that would want it. Like some people don't care about it. Like Tom Brady didn't want a farewell tour and stuff, but he definitely wants his roses and flowers. I could see him being all about that.
All right, let's just get a recap of what happened since our last podcast. Have you heard about the Allen Iverson news?
Yep, I have.
So, just to recap to our audience, Allen Iverson was, I would assume, paid to attend a Australian hoop fest. It was called Hoop Fest in Australia, right? So it's kind of like their Fanatic Fan Fest, their Comic Con convention. It's a 4 day event, right? Hoopers from Australia, former and current players are there, and yeah, they're there to talk to the fans, get meet and greet with the fans. And so previous years they've actually had former NBA players there like Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, those guys were there. And so I guess this year is just Allen Iverson's turn, right? And from what I've heard, or from what I read on Reddit from a current Australian basketball player, he was saying how Allen Iverson showed up late. Allen Iverson showed up disgruntled, as if like, "Hey, you guys should be happy that I'm here. Just my presence alone is good enough." When he was asked by the host, "Hey, Allen, how do you like it here down under?" He kind of laughed about it. He's like, "I haven't left my room yet." Right? It's kind of like, well, we paid you and we brought you out here. You would think you'd come out and enjoy enjoy the country a bit. I know I would if I get to travel around the world, right? Because I'm technically a guest in your country and you're paying me to be here. And so, yeah, a lot of fans didn't like that. That's just for the Hoop Fest, by the way. I mean, what's your take?
Australia is supposed to be nice too. They say like the western part of it too is like the beaches in Southern California, like the houses and stuff. So it's not like you're in a bad country. No, I'm a big Allen Iverson fan. I want to know what he was thinking. He definitely if he got paid to do it, you got to show up. And I know he could use the money because that's why Reebok put him on the are annually getting paid. So I mean he could use the money. So if you commit to something. I was always told you commit to something, you got to do it. It doesn't matter what you're going through. If you commit to it, you show up. One thing that I remembered when I worked for Disney, and it always hit me, is like these people. A lot of these people only get to come here once in their life. We grew up here. In Southern California. We were lucky to go all the time when we wanted. Some of these people only get to go once. You only get to see Allen Iverson once in person. in your life. That's the impression that you leave people. It's not good.
Yeah, I don't know why people do that. Like, I'm sure you've seen this at your work, right? I know I have, or you've experienced it yourself, where you can tell someone is having a bad day, and it's like applied to the work. I was like, I never really understood it. Like we all been there, right? We've all had personal issues, right? But when I go to work, I can't let that affect me, right? Like, I'm being paid to do this. If this was my own time, I'm here for free. Okay, I get it, right? Or if you're dealing with like a personal death issue, right? Like, yeah, you really need that time off. Like, that's why we're promoting mental health, right? Because for those times, hey, you weren't a man if you didn't, just suck it up and go through it, right? But now it's kind of like, hey, this, someone's death really affected me. I can't be here today, right? And so you can't just, if nothing happened like that, you can't have this weak excuse of like, I'm having a bad day, so it's going to affect on my performance, and you, the customer, is going to be affected as well, right?
Yeah, same thing with that when Iverson would have a ball game. If he had a game that day, just because you had something going on, does that mean you have to have a bad game? You can shoot 4 per 40. Same thing. Same logic.
Yeah.
Everybody has bad days.
I mean, like, for him, like, when he was playing, he was in his 20s. Like, okay, that's the excuse. I was like, bro, you're in your 40s, and remember, like, he was sad that he never got his farewell tour, right? Because he was one of the icons back in the days, right? You remember him? Like, remember when the Nuggets traded him to Detroit, and then Detroit
player ever.
Yeah, and Detroit waived him for him to go to Memphis. It was kind of weird to see Allen Iverson not have that respect or not have that farewell tour, because he was kind of gone within a blink.
I had every shoe. I had his wristbands. I had his headband. Like, I loved Allen Iverson. I loved his game because being short, I thought I could be like Iverson. I'm 5'11" too, like Iverson. So like, I was like, man, this guy, Spud Webb in them was cool, but he was like 5'5", and it wasn't Allen Iverson, 5'6", or whatever, he was 5'8" maybe. But Iverson, it was easy to relate to Iverson on a basketball court because he was small like us, as far as height.
Well, according to like Stephen A. Smith, he also was oblivious with his money, right? He would.
That's why Reebok did that deal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why his agent was really smart. It's like, hey, you're gonna get paid a certain amount up front from Reebok, and you're not gonna touch money until you hit like at this certain age, because I don't trust you with the money. So at this certain age, because I think it was recently, Allen Iverson was getting paid by Reebok, right? Because
he sold us for like 2040.
Yeah, because it was under his contract. Hey, I don't want the money to be coming through because he's going to spend it all. So at this age, at this time, this is when I want Iverson to get his money back. And so you would think, like, right now you would have good PR. Because, like, what are you really doing right now? Because you're not playing the big three. You're on your retirement tour in your early 40s. You should be going to the Fan Fest and promoting the game of basketball for the NBA and for just basketball in general. So
I'm surprised they try and coach too. I'm surprised that more athletes don't try and coach.
Well, I mean, they do, but they coach the AAU teams because of their kids. And I'm thinking, like, are you really coaching them if you really have good teams, or are you just coaching your son?
Isn't that you would think that'd be like one of the perks of being like in the NBA? Like, if you were like a role player where you didn't really make like a lot of money, like, dude, you would go instantly into like coaching divisions or something at the very least.
No, well, here's the reason why coaching is not really transferable, I guess, if you want to say. Because
with everybody, yeah.
If you're the best player on your team, that's because of your work ethic. That's because the time that you put in, right? You're always hard on yourself, right? Even if your teammate missed a shot or made the turnover, that's on them. That's not on you, right? When you make the turnover, you're mad at yourself, right? how is that even relatable when you're not on the court? Because if you're down by 5, you're like, okay, give me the ball. I'm gonna get us back. When you're not playing anymore, you're just coaching. Who can you really go out there and say that's gonna be me getting the bringing us back down by 5?
That's what drove like Jordan and Magic and Bird and all them like crazy. They couldn't handle that. Jason Kidd does a pretty good job of handling.
Oh, and Bird did it pretty well. He took his team to the conference finals.
Yeah, Bird did good.
Yeah, right.
Bird was a pretty good coach.
But before we switch, let me tell you. So after the Hoop Fest, Allen Iverson was supposed to do a meet and greet with 12 kids who were battling cancer. Right? I don't know how these kids were big fans of Allen Iverson, but maybe, because 12, Allen's like in his early 40s. But regardless, I think if you know the name Allen Iverson, you're excited to meet, right?
So if you're a fan of basketball, your parents were probably big Iverson fans if you're 12.
Yeah. So I'm going to read you some quick bits from Reddit that was posted here, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here. So Allen Iverson came out to be extremely disgusted and disappointed. Fans came out to be extremely disgusted and disappointed in Allen Iverson's behavior, and so were the other families. Firstly, we were all told we would get to sit with him from 10:45 to 11:30 a.m. and that did not happen. He was in the podcast room until about 12:30 p.m. and did not come out and apologize. Instead, his security did. We were waiting in a downstairs room with his security with all the kids, and his security told us he was having a bad day and didn't want to come out. Shortly after, we were told to go upstairs to meet him, and we did not get to meet him. He refused to allow parents in the room with him, which quite frankly is weird. Once we were directed upstairs, we were escorted to the side of the room while he was doing a news interview. We went into the day being told we were going to get balls, jerseys, and anything else we wanted signed, and to think of questions we wanted to ask him. That did not happen. After we waited hours, his security firmly told us he is not signing anything at all, and we did not get to talk to him at all. He did not say a word to anyone. We were lined up, and all the kids got was a photo, and he did not seem impressed about that. He knew the kids were sick and still did not put any effort or acknowledgement to that. Everyone was so disgusted in his behavior. It was honestly so disappointing.
The bad job by him. I know football players get beat up on Sunday, and then the next day they're at the hospital with those kids. Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, they go like 1 to 2 times a week, like every week, no matter what. Bad day, good day, they're there. You gotta show up. It doesn't matter if you're having a bad day. You gotta.
I will say this. We both agree that's a weak excuse, right? It's even weaker when you're saying I'm having a bad day to a bunch of kids who are battling cancer.
Yeah, exactly. What's a bad day when you really think about it?
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know who
bad day.
I don't know who his manager was or who was in charge of telling Iverson what to do that day, but that person effed up. Hey, don't say you're having a bad day in front of these kids. Say anything but that.
I didn't even think about that. That's true. That's a true bad day.
Right.
Only thing worse than that is death.
Yeah. What's even worse? Well, I don't say what's worse, but what's even more embarrassing. So last night on the January 31st, the Sixers held a reunion for the 0-1 championship, or from the 0-1 team that went to the finals. Right. You know, that team that finished second place? They had a reunion for second place. And guess who was in attendance?
AI. But, and I mean, it was second place, but it's still arguably one of the greatest game ones we've ever seen in our lifetime.
Ooh, game one. We won one game. That one game that broke the Lakers' winning streak, or undefeated streak.
Well, the Sixers we've never won in our lifetime, but I still think that game one's like one of the best game ones ever. Iverson was putting on a show. people want to talk about LeBron carrying the team, dude. Iverson carried that team. Yeah, Matt Geiger guarding Shaquille O'Neal.
I will say this: Iverson looked comfortable. Obviously, it's Philly. That's his home. But bro, it can't be as bad as going to Australia. Come on, like you make it sound like you went to like a third world country and it's bad. Like I would love to go to Australia. You wouldn't?
Yeah, just had UFC in Australia last night.
Yeah. But
and the Australian Open just finished too this morning.
So let's transition over into Giannis. That was the big news. Are you shocked that people are talking about Giannis being traded? Are you not shocked? What's your thought?
I'm not shocked. I mean, it was already rumors before camp. I mean, we all saw this coming. Now the shocking part of it will be if he actually gets. I gotta see the rumors really cook up more. Like Milwaukee doesn't want to trade him.
Wait, you say Milwaukee doesn't want to trade him, or Milwaukee does?
Doesn't. They don't want to trade him.
No, they should trade him. They should trade him.
They should, but I don't think they want to though. They should. Who's he gonna go to? The Spurs.
You got go somewhere where you can get your you can build for the future. I will say that because
it's gotta be the Spurs or the Knicks.
You do realize a month ago, right on this day, we are now closer to 2030 than we were before. Think about that, right?
Crazy.
So that means that the Bucks have to go forward and think about 2030. Does that make sense? I know. Look, I know teams want people will talk about. There's something about playing 1 year. I mean, playing your entire career with one team. Outside of like Clayton Kershaw, I don't know how many guys can say. I guess Tim Duncan. How many guys can really say like they've been with their team and for the most time it's been successful, right? Like a lot of times, like remember Kobe, like that didn't really end up well. Team, they kept missing the playoffs. It wasn't a good look for the Lakers. It was good for Kobe because he got paid and he got his farewell tour, but the Lakers didn't benefit out of that, right? Besides money.
Like Calvert says the same thing. Like it's a new generation. Like why would you be loyal to a team? Like that's stupid. Like he thinks Trout's the biggest moron for being loyal to the Angels. He goes, you value them over winning. The object's to win. Why would you continue to be in that organization? He's a firm believer, and I agree. Like when you're somewhere 10 plus, when you get to the 8 to 10 year mark, it's time probably to switch.
I mean, I didn't blame LeBron for leaving Cleveland. I was like, everything made sense. I was like,
it's just how it went down with that. It's how he did it is what was cringe. Like him leaving Cleveland wasn't a big deal. It's just how he went about it. Oh, we're gonna win 4. It's like that was what was annoying about that.
Yeah. I will say this. Like Milwaukee got a championship out of it. To a small market team like Milwaukee, that's like winning the entire decade. Right? That's like you winning back to back. That's really the equivalent of like a back to back to a small market team. Right? I can't say how badly the fans in Milwaukee love Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, even though he brought them a championship. But you mostly remember Kareem as the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
Wherever Giannis goes, even if he wins a championship, I will forever remember Giannis as a Bucks. Just like even though LeBron won in Miami, to me he's always been a Cavs, right? And so it just makes sense. Like both sides, you can win right now for both sides. And so let's talk about where he might go. Rumors have stated Golden State, Miami was one of them. Toronto was one of them. New York is one of them. And so, what do you think? Someone said, I think it was Carmelo Anthony. He said he should go to OKC.
Yeah, he should. Why would he go to Golden State? They're done.
So if he's going to Golden State, that means that everyone outside of Shea is protected. Is that right?
Yeah.
So if I get Chet and Jalen Williams, are you good with that?
100%. And throwing a first rounder too that they have.
Their pick or the teams that they have, like the Clippers. They have the Clippers pick this year.
Mm-hmm.
They also have Philly's pick this year. It's top 7 protected, but yeah.
If I'm the GM of the Bucks, my first call is San Antonio, and I'm asking them for Castle, and I'm asking them for the other guy. What's his name? Champagne or whatever his name is.
Harper.
What's his name?
You need
No,
I'm gonna say
maybe even Harper.
You need to add Harper.
Yeah, Castle, Harper, and
the Champagne guy.
First round pick.
Yeah.
And like 2 first round picks. I start off with San Antonio, and then I work my way down. San Antonio has all the pieces that you would need, besides Oklahoma City. But I don't. It's harder to, I think, deal with Oklahoma City because they just won the title, and they're like, we don't need it. We don't need to do this? Where I think if San Antonio got Giannis, I mean, they could win the championship. That's a game changer. Him and Wemby on the same team.
But Wemby's always. I mean, him going to San Antonio would be deadly. It would be literally the Twin Towers again.
And then you know what happens with that too. And not only do you have now Giannis as a teammate. Hey Wemby, like, bro, I'm gonna put you on my workout game. Like, I used to look like you too at one point. Like, we're gonna hit these weights together.
So you don't want Wemby shooting? Is that what you're saying? You don't want Wemby shooting?
Wemby can shoot. Wemby's a better shooter than Giannis.
Yeah, but if he adds those muscles, I don't know if he's gonna be good at it anymore.
Not too much, but you gotta put some little more muscle on him. He's put on muscle too. He's definitely already put on muscle. He needs to be a little bigger than Durant though. A little bigger than Durant because he's more physical than Durant.
Well,
so he
have you seen Wemby when he plays down low? He doesn't really have a good post game, right? Because he's not really able to back anyone down. He's used his height as his advantage, which he should. But you're right. He needs to add some muscle, but that's more of like getting your body stronger, right? For anything else, I would focus more on the mid range. Just you have the advantage, right? That mid range should be literally like playing down low. And so if he can have any go-to moves where he have some separation, or if he has the advantage, I would just shoot the mid range more often if I'm him.
No, I agree, but no, I start off with San Antonio, and I see what they have to offer. And then I hit up OKC. If I could get Chet and Jalen Williams, I do that without even thinking about it. And I don't even think twice about it. By the time he gets it out of his mouth, I'm saying yes. You know, especially if they could get a first round pick, because you can literally build around Chet and Jalen Williams. You just gotta go for point guard. And even Jalen Williams brings up the ball, so like really, like, you know, you still need to find a true point guard. But I mean, that's literally it's your building block. I don't know if OKC would do it, to be honest with you,
because they're contenders already.
Like,
let me ask you this: if Spurs do it, then does OKC have a chance to win the West?
Oh yeah, I think they would still be there. It would be them, the Lakers, and OKC. It's crazy. Like, Denver is the second favorite. Like, that's how big Jokic is. That they're still the second favorites right now in the West.
I mean, well, when everyone comes back, they're deep, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And then I would hit him. I don't like, for Giannis. I think going to New York is beneficial. But what do the Knicks like? If I'm I do not want Carl Anthony Towns. That doesn't move me at all. It doesn't do anything for me.
Did
Like
you
I need Carl Anthony Towns and 4 first round picks. Like
did you read? So I woke up this morning and I saw the report, or I saw, yeah, it was a report on X that said Mikal Bridges and Carl Anthony Towns' morale has been down since these rumors have speculated or have gone up, and I'm thinking, bro, come on, really?
dude, if I'm Milwaukee, I am not taking Bridges and Carl Anthony Towns for Giannis. Like, there's just
I
no
think
way.
it's a 3-team trade. I think it's a 3-team trade. It can't be just Knicks
You
and
can't build around that. Is that it would have to be? You can't build around Carl Anthony Towns, bro. How many times has he been traded? Like,
I
you
will
can't
say
do that if you're
this.
Milwaukee.
If they do get Cat and Bridges, or just Cat in general, right? Because they got to line up the contracts, and then whoever the third team is, bring in other assets, right? I would say they would be decent enough to be floating around 500, floating around the play-in tournament, right? But that's short term, and that may affect how they, go to how they want to tank. But also, if you get Cat, maybe you could flip them a year later for other assets.
I was thinking, do you trade Cat to the Lakers if Cat would be a good fit with the Lakers because you need a big man.
Uh, well, I mean, I know Luka likes his bigs to be athletic, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I mean, I know Cat, I would assume Cat would be hella motivated if he was being traded to the Lakers. He was like, "Wait, you want to take me to the Lakers? Okay, I'm good. I'm not mad. I'm not sad. I'm not mad."
Maybe trade Austin Reeves to Milwaukee. I think it would open up the floor more for Luka. Have a big man that can shoot.
Yeah, but if I'm Milwaukee, I'm thinking I want to tank and rebuild. If you're not giving me Chet, if you're not giving me Jalen Williams, if you're not giving me the Spurs pieces, I have no future.
The only way you can do that though is like not getting. Even if you get Cat in Milwaukee, you're not going to be able to fully tank. If the fully tank, you're gonna have to ask for like picks. Like I want 5 first round picks and like Dylan Harper, and like we're good, like a project. That's how you tank. Because if you get Cat or like Chet, you're not tanking. Chet and them are gonna come in real pissed.
Well, actually, apparently you can't tank with Cat because Minnesota got the #1 pick, right?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you could just sit him down too. Have him play a couple of games, and now he's hurt. Really, what do you know?
I mean, those tickets are gonna be cheap anyways, with or without him.
Just like Trey Young. Oh yeah, he's not supposed to play till March.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's not even playing until March. He's hurt. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, Washington better not be in the top 3 again, man.
Okay. Let's transition to the big topic. Which I think it's next week, the NBA trade deadline, February 5th. Yeah, you're right, the 5th. I don't know if we're going to be posting any videos by then.
That's Friday.
Yeah. So, who do you want? What do you want? Who do you? Given what you see right now in the NBA, who do you want? Who do you want to trade? What do you want to see? Which players do you want to see moved? Like
Giannis to the Bulls for 4 first-round picks and Kobe White. Get Giannis there so we don't have to give up a lot of our pieces.
Dude, Yuki and Giannis would be the dynamic duo that we didn't know we needed. I'm gonna say that right here, right now. Yuki and Giannis are the dynamic duo that we didn't know that we needed.
Like, give them 4 first-round picks, man, and Kobe White. There's your rebuild. Like, give them whatever they want, dude. Don't just give up the main pieces.
I know you're a Bulls fan,
Williams
but I meant like for other teams, not just our teams.
No, I know, but this is realistic. I can see this happening if we call Milwaukee in 4 days. We got Patrick Williams, Kobe White, and 4 first-round picks for Giannis.
Okay. I would like to see. I would like to kind of see Denver make a trade. You know what's surprising? UCLA Bruins Payne Watson have been balling. He has been balling, right?
Wow.
Because Christian Brown is injured. And Payne Watson's in the same situation as Christian was last year because he's up for an extension. But the Nuggets won't be able to afford him. So
John Morant to the Bulls.
Huh?
John Morant, hopefully, to the Bulls.
You want John Morant?
No, hopefully John Morant gets traded too, though. He needs a fresh start. I'm a fan of his game on the court. I like the athletic point guards that bang out. He needs a fresh start.
What about Zion?
Zion needs a fresh start, too. I'll take him in Chicago, too.
Okay, you want Zion out?
Even if they don't go to the Bulls, I want them to have a fresh start somewhere else. It's like Zion and Ja. Like, I would take them in Chicago, but they need a fresh start somewhere else, for sure. Zion, if he could find himself a way to get the Golden State with Steph, would be really good.
So remember, no one's gonna believe me, but remember, let's go back in time real quick to 2019, pre-COVID, right? Where both of us, well, you're in your 30s, I'm still in my 20s, right? And that time you're talking about, oh, Zion this, Zion that, he's going to Duke. Did you ever see the AAU tapes, Kevin? I was like, yeah, he's bigger than most high school kids. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, of course he's gonna be better. Of course he's gonna be better, right? And he goes to Duke, right? Outside of the shoe collapsing, right? Remember he broke the shoe? I think it was PG shoes, right? I said to you, he's 6'6", Matt, and he's muscular, big. And I don't know if that's going to be good, or I don't know if that's going to translate in the NBA because you're running up and down a lot, right? And I know in the NBA there's no positions, right? What's going to happen when he loses weight, right? He doesn't even shoot threes anymore. Like,
well, first of all, when he was at Duke before he was hurt, he had the quickest feet I've almost seen in anyone ever. He got off, he got a rebound, he jumped, got a rebound, and got back up faster than I've ever seen anyone in my life. He was very athletic. He went to New Orleans, and just like most things do, they get messed up there. Some franchises just don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to develop their players, and they didn't know what they were doing with Zion. Zion, it's not that Zion doesn't have talent. He's very athletic. And he just needs to stay healthy. And who goes to New Orleans outside of Chris Paul and balls out? Like, no one does.
AD did.
AD did. Well, to AD's benefit, though, AD is in the last 15 years, who's been better than him? Maybe Cooper Fly, but he was even better than AD in college. I mean, as far as like number one picks, like, in the last 15 years, like, AD is like, he's like probably the best one, like the best like project, I would say. Like him and Flag, it's sending the ball out. But New Orleans, even when AD was balling out, it wasn't like they were winning. New Orleans is just, they're always crappy. Even when they were good,
I blame the GM. At that time, I blame the GM who asked for a freaking King's treasure from the Lakers. I was so mad, but whatever. We got AD and we got a championship.
Even if the Lakers got Zion, if you guys could get him, man, or so he needs a fresh start, like Golden State, somewhere where he can go there. Because if the Lakers got him, like, Luka knows what it's like to be fat shamed. Like, look, bro, get on this workout diet. I'm gonna get you.
Do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think Detroit Pistons will make a trade?
They need to. Maybe a veteran presence. They're a little young, but they're good. They're
more 3-and-D or what?
Yeah, like a 3-and-D. Even though, dude, I like Cunningham's game. You know what I like about Cunningham is some games he could put up 40, and then some games he's dropping like 15 assists. Like he does it like he likes to get his teammates involved too. He doesn't just need to go drop 40 every game. Like, I like that he can do both. He's a true point guard.
Do you think the Sixers will make a trade?
If they do, man, they got to get rid of. They gotta move on from PG and Embiid. I mean, Embiid's starting to play better, but they got to get rid of PG. My goodness.
I'm pretty sure PG's trade value went down after what happened with the PED incident.
If someone's willing to take him off their books for a second round pick, do it. Get PG off your books.
Dude, the comments on him are so crazy. Did you hear? They said we went from podcast P to now PEDP. That's so messed up, but it's funny.
No, he needs to. No, the Sixers should. There's a lot of teams that should.
What about the Cavs and Darius Garland? Do you think he'll be traded?
They've been trying to trade him like the last two. No one wants him. They were always trying to trade him the last two deadlines, or at least last year's deadline. No one wanted him.
Do you think Norman Powell would be traded? I think his value is so high that because he's not going to win this year, so you might as well get something good out of it.
Whoever gets him, he should get traded. I would ask for a lot though. He's a baller. Not like a lot, not like an overhaul, but like you're definitely throwing at least a first round pick and a player my way. Especially if you're trading him to like a championship team. Like, let's see, he would go to like the Lakers. Like the Lakers need to give me like Rui and a first round pick, something like that.
Do you think Klay Thompson will be getting traded? Although I've heard not a lot of interest in Klay.
Can he retire?
He has one more year left, then he will.
It's getting depressing at this point watching him. He was such a fun player to watch. He was a true 3-and-D player, man. It's getting depressing. He's not the same.
Last one. Do you think it's Draymond Green? Because apparently now Jimmy Butler can't be moved, but Draymond Green can be moved. Well, that was part of the Giannis package, by the way. Let me just preface by saying it's part of the Giannis package, not like we'll trade him anywhere.
Who would want Draymond Green? What is he going to do for a team?
Well, he'll definitely punch somebody. I'll say that.
He only works in Golden State.
Maybe he wants to go home to Detroit. I don't know. Maybe
that would be the one other place that he could fit in there. That's the one place he could be a veteran presence. That's literally, I don't think there's anywhere else he could go to. Like they have enough players where he wouldn't have to shoot and he could just play his role. But if he was on the Bulls, I'd be like, okay, what are we doing? There's no point to have this guy. He averages 7 points a game.
I will say this. For my team, the Lakers, I don't know what kind of moves you can really make. Unless LeBron has said to me, look, this is my last year. Do what you got to do. Then, okay, I'm going to do everything I can. But if LeBron's like, I don't know, I might come back next year. I don't know. Draft Bryce, and I'll definitely come back next year. The Lakers team is kind of like you gotta wait till like the summer when a lot of expiring contracts are gone, and then you can build around Luka.
It would be like a bait trade. It would be like they're trading Austin Reeves for like Giannis or something like that. It'd be something like that.
It's not gonna work because they don't have a lot of assets. Right. I mean, yes, they have like the 2031 pick, the 2029 pick. You can do pick swaps, but like, I don't know.
Well, no, it's Austin Reeves. It's the belief me that you sell Austin Reeves that he's a 25 to 30 point a game guy.
But his contract is still like cheap, really cheap compared to Giannis. So you need to add more contracts.
But yeah. Don't they do that sometimes though? I know they do it in like the NFL or in baseball too.
Plus,
like they'll get them a new contract.
Well, I mean, Austin's gonna opt out. Austin's gonna opt out this summer. He has a player option, so it's not like you have him under contract.
Well, that's why Milwaukee wouldn't trade for him unless he agrees to it. Like Milwaukee would probably offer him the max. Like he would go over there with them like that.
Well, I guess you have to spend money, so you might as well give someone the max down there.
Yeah, like you sell Austin Reeves and you build around Austin Reeves. He's your 25 to 30 point guy.
Do you think the Lakers would be better off if they just traded for Miles Turner? Miles Turner with Luka would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys got, I mean, he's good. He's one of the better stretch bigs.
I would love to have Giannis on the Lakers, but
Does he get traded?
oh, Laurie,
Or marketing just yeah.
where does he go though? Like he's their number one scorer in Utah, but like when he goes to a contender, he's not gonna be number one.
He goes to Golden State. He goes to. I could see like Miami like wanting to be interested in that because they could like he's so young. Like Miami's smart like that. Like we'll build off him. You don't he can't go to San Antonio because him and Wemby are like the same type player. They're stretch bigs.
If he goes to Golden State, that doesn't even make sense because Golden State 4 games above 500 and Jimmy Butler's gone for the season, right? So what's the point even trading for Laurie if you know there's no chance of winning?
Young. Yeah, he could go to like maybe Houston. Could Houston make a trade package for him?
Do you think him and Segun are gonna be
They're really tall, huh? They don't need any more tall people.
the shortest guy is like the shooting guard, isn't he? Isn't it?
Does Anthony Davis get traded?
Oh yeah, I forgot about AD. He's barely played this year. I don't know. Do you think the Knicks should do it? The Knicks should trade Cat for AD.
That they could potentially win the finals, and they would for sure make the finals if they did that. A healthy AD with Brunson, they make the finals. It's a lock.
Do you think Cat would play well with Flag?
I don't think Cat plays well with anyone. I would hate him as a teammate. I hate the way he plays basketball. I don't think he fits good with anyone. He's weird. He's just a weird player. Like he just like even when he like does his screens and like holds you a screen, and he's just like.
I think you're just mad. I think you're mad that he can't post on strong players like DeMarcus, Russell Westbrook recently. Like he couldn't post on them. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, it's just like the way he like plays like ball, bro. It's just different. I don't know. He's a solid player, but like I don't want him on my team. It's not anything with the way he talks. It's though simply like the way he plays basketball. Like, dude, he'll do like he just does weird stuff. Like he'll do a screen, he'll get the ball and he'll attack the basket like all crazy, and then like throw it off the backboard and like try and get a foul. Like, bro, that wasn't a foul. You were completely out of control. Like just stuff like that.
I could see AD going to the Knicks. I think Rich Paul wants him to go to the Knicks. I don't know where else.
Porter Jr. Does he get traded? Porter Jr.
I don't know where he goes though. Like I get Brooklyn wants the assets, like the picks, but I don't know. Like, if you tell me he goes to Detroit, is that gonna make him?
The place I could see it would be somewhere like Chicago, to be honest. Because the Bulls could offer him like.
But then, if the Bulls trade for MPJ, like, where does that put you guys? Nowhere. Just the play-in tournament.
I think no. If we got MPJ, now they say we had him, Giddy. Him and Giddy right away is a lot better. With Mazolas too, like that's a solid 3.
Yeah, but that's a play-in team. Unless Philadelphia breaks, you guys are. I mean, you guys have a chance to make the playoffs, obviously, because it's the play-in, right? But
does Orlando do anything?
Huh?
Does Orlando do anything?
I mean, if I'm Orlando, I'm trying to get Norman Powell.
Yep, that would be the perfect fit.
I mean, Phoenix Suns have been surprising. Do you think they'll make a move? I could see Phoenix getting Cat just because Booker and Cat are BFFs. I could see that.
That's like the one place. Like, yeah, that's the one place. Booker and Cat would actually be good. They're both Kentucky. You know what?
Uh, I think Drew Holiday will get traded. So I think Drew Holiday could go to wherever Giannis is ending. I could see Drew go to Detroit. I could see Drew go to. Damn. I don't know. Can you imagine if Drew goes to Denver?
Yeah, that's crazy. Playoff Murray.
Yeah. I could see Drew even go to Minnesota, to be honest. But Minnesota needs a point guard. Minnesota needs a point guard. Okay, let's transition. What the Super Bowl is going to happen next week? Who do you have?
Uh, Seattle's probably going to win, but in the bet that when I send you the bet in a couple of days, it's going to have Patriots plus 5.5 on there. The Seattle's a better team, but you don't. Vrabel, the Patriots coach, is too smart. He's going to be telling his players for 2 straight weeks how no one believes in you guys. You guys are 5.5 point underdogs, and the Patriots are going to come out real motivated. It's going to be a close game. Seattle by 3. I'll have a parlay for it by Friday, and then we can post it on Twitter as well. Even probably post it too, actually with this clip actually too. And I'm gonna do some anytime touchdowns. I'll do some props. There's actually a prop you can bet on. Is Cardi B gonna be a performer in the halftime show?
Are you gonna watch the halftime show?
That stuff doesn't like. As a Republican, that stuff doesn't like bug me. Whatever. I fully believe that us as a country, we're super lazy. We should know multiple languages. I don't care if he's speaking Spanish.
I mean, I'll watch it just because what else am I gonna do, right?
Yeah.
But I will say, anyone who really knows me knows like I'll listen to whatever. I just know like maybe like a few of Bad Bunny songs. That's it. So I don't know what else he's gonna.
I just don't know Spanish.
I don't know who else he's gonna bring. So so a lot of his performance. Yeah, a lot of his songs that he'll perform is gonna be brand new to me. I'll say that. But I'm more interested in the commercials than anything else. All right. So send me the parlay when on that day or day before, right? And then
I'll send it probably before Friday, maybe even tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want to look at it right now too. I know there's some crazy props. Like the props are pretty cool. You can do like squares and stuff on here too. But let's see. You can already bet on the Super Bowl for next year.
Oh, wait, what you're? So for those who don't know, Matt's moving to Vegas. Does that mean that you can't even use FanDuel and all that? You have to use the MGM bets, right?
Yeah. That's okay. I'm all right with that. I'm gonna be using a real sports book. I am the sports book.
Okay, so before we sign off, so there was, we didn't get to talk about it as much because we were busy with our schedule. We did miss. At least I went on X, posted some stuff on Kobe's 81-point anniversary on the day of his anniversary, his death anniversary. Do you want to have a little? What memories do you have of Kobe?
So, as you know, growing up, not a Kobe fan at all. It took me a while to realize how great he was, but my favorite memory of him, for me, like watching him play on TV, was his last game, because that's what made me become like, dang, this guy is truly one of the GOATs. Just like the way he went out, It's his last game. Because all his other games, even when he dropped like 81 and stuff like that, I wasn't a fan of his like that. So I was like, I was more of a hater. I didn't want him to be like Jordan, but then I realized that him and Jordan were the same. But my overall favorite memory of him, it has to be the one that I saw in person where he throws the lob to Shaq. And at Staples is the one time I give you guys props. That place was jumping. I'll never forget it as long as I live. Like Kobe threw the perfect lob to Shaq, and that it was a madhouse. You guys hadn't won it in like 12 years, and you guys were on your way back to the finals. You guys were starving for a ring. You guys were so excited. But that's definitely my favorite memory for sure. That place was jumping.
I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite, but there are times where like you have those really fun in season moments, the 81 points, right? The 62 and 3/4, right? Dropping 50 points in like 5 straight games, whatever, right? Or like game winners during the regular season. That's all great, but you're more remembered for the playoffs, right? And maybe because those were the years that we won, right? As a Lakers fan, we won in 2009 and 2010. But I remember his performance more in the Western Conference Finals in 2009 and 2010. Like 2009 against the Nuggets, like in Denver, obviously the place that he has a lot of history. That was pretty crazy how he willed that team, right? Like especially Game 6, he willed that team to a victory. Like you can see in the post-game conference, he was out of breath. He was super tired. That's Kobe, right? Like he's the guy who's always in the greatest shape. And he was dead ass tired. 2010 in Phoenix, when the Lakers had a big lead and then Sasha Vujic screwed that up, and Kobe went on this crazy run to bring back the Lakers a victory, right? Like Phoenix had double teams. Phoenix had everything. They defended him correctly, and he still made the shot. Those are the memories that I remember him more, and it was just more memorable in my head, right? Those performances.
He definitely willed that team. Because he wanted to win it so bad without Shaq. Like he definitely willed that team. That was a fun run for sure. For the Kobe and Powell run.
But I will say this. So Jason Tatum was on, I think he was on the Pivot podcast. He was talking about how like there are fans who disrespect Kobe, especially now that he's gone, because they wouldn't say this when he was alive. I disagree with that because I'm in SoCal, so obviously we know a little bit more about the Kobe like news, Kobe information. I think it's more. I feel like what Jason is talking about is Kobe should be in the top 5, right? Argument, and people are like putting him in top 10 or barely top 10, barely making him top 10. They're saying Steph Curry deserves to be ahead of Kobe. That type of disrespect. And I would say when we did our rankings, I had Kobe in the top 10 as well, because you got to put some bigs there as well. Right? I didn't have a lot of point guards, but I had a lot of bigs in my top 10. I don't think Steph Curry is above Kobe at all. And I've watched Steph Curry ever since he got into the league. I don't think, because we look at advanced analytics because we never watched certain players play, right? Because we weren't born yet, or we just weren't there to see his prime. And yeah, to me, I think Kobe's a top 10 player, and that's no disrespect at all. When people talk about like, do I put Tim Duncan over Kobe? I was like, I can understand both sides. Like, I wouldn't really have much pushback if there are fans who have Tim Duncan over Kobe. I was like, yeah, I can understand that point.
It just depends on how you do your all-time team. You might not need Kobe because you have Jordan, so you go Duncan, or you take, it all depends on how you do your starting 5. You can't go wrong with either one. Kobe and Tim are good, but like Tim Duncan, I mean, Kobe's more of a top 10 player than Tim Duncan. For sure.
I mean, like you look at the world, Tim Duncan's the number one power forward of all time. Kobe, what, two, three, depending on who you talk to. I was like, well, if we go by like that type of thinking, I was like, yeah, I would have to put Duncan over Kobe. But if I'm building a team, I might pick Kobe over Tim Duncan if I'm building a team. As a fan, I'd rather watch Kobe for sure over Tim Duncan. I'll say that.
Like I've told you before, you can put an argument that like I can literally put an argument that I would take Kevin Durant over Duncan too. Like depending on like how I wanted to play basketball. It depends on literally how you want to play. If you're trying to stretch the floor, like why would you not go with Kevin Durant over Duncan? Like he's a better scorer for sure, and he stretches the floor out more. It just all depends on how you want to play. You want to be like physical and like want to control defense and rebounding, and you go like Tim Duncan, and you want to be like finesse, slow it down, pick and roll, like stuff like that. You go Tim Duncan, but it just all comes down to like how you make your team. And maybe we'll do that one day. We'll just do like a little draft, and we'll go back and forth, and we'll pick a team.
I need to find a simulation where we can do that. We're like, hey, you pick your five, I'll pick my five, and we'll just do the drafts. We'll just do like a simulation of like who would win that game. I want to do that.
The best we have to that is 2K. 2K has a lot of players on there, and you can do like a fantasy draft on there, and you can do it like that. That's the closest we have to it, but I'm sure AI and that will have it. So I've always thought that as a kid. So I would like to, because when it basketball, when you do all time teams like Boston and the Lakers are so much far better than everybody else. Like the Bulls would be able to compete in San Antonio, but they're so much better. When you do like all time baseball, that's where it gets fun because it's been around for so long. I would love to see simulations like all time Yankees versus all time Dodgers and stuff. When you think about it, it's 100 years.
Well, I would see Babe Ruth not pitching to Ohtani because he wasn't pitching.
Dude, could you imagine like it's all time and like Ohtani steps out there like, oh, there's another one like you, Babe Ruth, and he just throws one on two.
I don't know how that's not is that not available in the show?
You can, but it's not like there's players that are like would be on the all-time Yankees or Dodgers that are like aren't on the show, like Gil Hodges and stuff for the Dodgers. Like he played shortstop in the 40s. He batted like 380. He's never been on the MLB The Show. That's like that would be your like all-time starting shortstop. I only know this, right? So there's a game that was in the 80s called CB. It's to stood for computer baseball. But what it was is you could put the of all.
I mean, whatever gets the game to be fast and more exciting, I'm down. Like,
Miguel Cabrera was the last pure hitter that we'll ever see.
I mean, Trout in his prime, right?
Yeah, but Trout though, when you look at his numbers, I showed you before, like Trout's best years aren't better than Cabrera's best years. Like people
We're not.
tell me like Trout's a better hitter, but he's not a better.
Well, 9 and 11 and not in 2012. I'll tell you that right now.
Let's look at Charles Best here. Charles Best year, he batted 315 in 2016.
Is that his MVP year?
Yeah.
Wait, are you also looking at like on base percentage and all that? Because I actually look at that now more than anything else.
Okay, let's put it in the perspective though. Miguel Cabrera in 2015, he batted 338 with an on base of 440. In 2013, he batted 348 with on base of 442. He had 44 homers, 137 ribbies.
Wait, 2012 and 2013, those two were battling for MVPs.
His highest on base was 448. That's pretty darn good.
For Miguel?
But you know,
So
you know what? The craziest baseball stat to me of all time. If you go look at Barry Bonds' years where he was racking the homers, he walked over like 200 times and like less than 50 times. I forget what his on base percentage was, but it was like I think it's the highest of all time. What was it that year? Watch, it's crazy. Bro, his 2000 his on base was 60. 64 to be honest.
Oh, the 2004 year? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god. He got on base 6 out of every 10 at bats. That is insane. That is insane, bro.
Is that how he beat Adrian Beltre for MVP that year?
He must have. He had two walks. He batted 362. He had 45 homers, 232 walks, 41 strikeouts, and a slugging percentage of 812. He's the Ohtani's the best overall player that I've seen, but Bonds is by far the best hitter I've ever seen. Or not, I don't care.
I don't disagree with you.
He was pitching.
I don't disagree with you.
The pitching, like Gagne was on roids. He was the best closer outside of Mariano at that time. Like same division, everyone was on roids.
I will say this: people always talk about is Bonds or is Ohtani better than Bonds? We're not. This isn't the NBA. We're not talking about 1v1. Okay.
Yeah.
If Ohtani pitched to Barry Bonds, do I believe Barry Bonds will smack it out of the park? Yeah, I do. But if Bonds pitched to Ohtani, do I think Ohtani will smack it out of the park? Absolutely, I do. Right? If they pitch 10 times, who do you think will hit the most home runs? Probably Ohtani, because Bonds is not hitting a home. Bonds is not going to do anything.
Where Ohtani has him in pitching, Bonds has him in Gold Gloves.
Yeah. I mean,
I think Bonds has like 6 or 7 Gold Gloves too.
Let me ask you this: if you're an owner, are you building around Bonds or Ohtani?
Dude, Bonds is an 8-time Gold Glover. Ohtani. I don't know. I mean, you have to go Ohtani. Why would you not go Ohtani? He does 2 positions.
So
it's for the price of one.
Did you know? I'm looking at this for the first time. Barry Bonds' playoff stats are not that great.
Yeah, they weren't. He was known as the choke artist.
Batting 245. Batting 245. Career batting wise in the playoffs is 245. So his best year was the year that they went to the World Series and lost to the Halos.
No, it was for sure. He was known. If you were. But No, he's always been on his side. And then he went to San Francisco and still never won. And then he leaves, and then they win like a cup.
And that's why you take Otani, because when you didn't stack Otani's team like you didn't Anaheim, right? You didn't go anywhere because you didn't have a good team. You go to the Dodgers when they only won one playoff game in 2 years. He elevated that team to a championship team.
We'll have that discussion one day. We'll do like our all-time team and stuff, and I'll show you how much I really know about baseball. I'll really break it down.
Well, baseball season's coming up. WBC's coming up pretty soon. Dodgers has had their fan fest.
Your boy's not going to pitch. The Dodgers told him no.
No, they told Roki Sasaki, you're not pitching. That's actually pretty hilarious because players are saying, no, teams don't tell us what to do. We just got a confirmation the Dodgers told Roki not to do it, which I understood because Roki wasn't healthy all year. You know, we need you to be healthy this year. Am I shocked that Otani's not pitching the WBC? I would assume he would do at least like a relief, like one game relief.
I wouldn't risk it though. It's too much risk versus reward.
Would you? Okay, well, how about this? Would you let him pitch against like the inferior teams, like Taiwan, like Italy, those teams? Like those are warm ups.
If I'm the manager or the owner of the Dodgers, I do not let. I tell him the only way he's playing is if you're not pitching. You can't take a chance. It's too much wear and tear. You don't want his arm to start getting in pitching mode in January.
You know,
late until October. You want him to be pitching for 9 straight months?
You know the last time he did this, right? So because the WBC ended right around like the end of spring training, so you still had like a good 2 weeks left, right? So after Otani struck out Trout, right, to win the WBC, Trout went to Anaheim when they were playing like the exhibition games against the Dodgers. Right, whereas Otani went back to Arizona to the Angels spring complex, and he was pitching a minor league game because he's opening day starter, so we got to build you up, right? And so I was always wondered, like, what does that mean for Otani? Because he's going to be pitching when the season starts. So does that mean like when the WBC is over and you still have that 1-2 weeks left of spring training, does that mean he's going to?
The season start? I don't know if is he going to be in your rotation?
So
I think he's going to be in your rotation.
You don't think so? So what? You think Otani is just going to do one inning again? Like
how they did it this year, like low again. I don't think he'll be in your rotation, like not like that.
So you think he'll just be? You think he's just going to start one inning and that's it, and then we'll just build him up from there?
But like build him up again because there's no point to. Would be the 6th.
Well, apparently Blake Snell's not ready yet, which is news to me. I was like, what happened to Blake Snell? We have like 10 pitchers, by the way. We have like 10 pitchers.
Yeah, like I don't. It's nice to have, but like I want to. Definitely not every 5 days, like not like that. Maybe once every 10 days or something like that.
You know, I agree with you. I agree with you. Now that I think about it, and now that I'm listening to you, yeah, it does make sense for him to like start out slowly. It's going to be a 6-man rotation at least, right? And then he's gonna pitch once a week. So I do think, yeah, maybe have him start, because basically if he starts that game, that means that it's going to be one of the rookies coming up who they're going to need time, because it's,
You guys have bad luck with your pitching, with pitchers that throw through the whole season. So you can't afford to like have him pitch like a normal pitcher. And if he gets hurt, not only now do you lose a pitcher, you lose a bat too. You just can't do it.
Kinda. I mean, you can still hit if you're injured.
Sometimes.
Do you
If
think?
if it's his elbow.
No, that might get different. Well, actually, I don't know. He had Tommy John that he was able to come back.
Like exactly. Remember how he was on the Angels? There's a reason why he wore down on the Angels. He had to carry them, but he was pitching all the time. He was hitting. Like that's why you go to the Dodgers, so you don't have to do that. You don't have to overwork yourself. That's why you go there. They have. Yeah, he because he's great. He's going to get starting pitchers and starting pitching, and like it's like I would.
Do
There's no
you,
need to overwork him like the Angels.
do you think second half after the break, that's when he'll go like 5, 6 innings again?
Well, that's where you evaluate it, right? So like if you
I also don't want to overwork Yamamoto as well.
but that's his one job like that. But
I know if I'm Milwaukee, I'm saying, hey, can you not have him pitch us today? We haven't recovered from that last time. All right. This was a fun talk. I didn't think we'd be talking that much about baseball, but all right. That's it for today. I'm Kevin. That's Matt. We're Locker Room versus Executive Suite. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please follow, subscribe, and like. And we'll do another video soon, according to Matt, based on his schedule and deadline. If we don't do a podcast, then I'll just do a reaction.
yeah, at the very least, I'll have my ticket on by Friday. I shouldn't be busy this week, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But at the very least, I'll have my parlay in for the Super Bowl and stuff like that. Even if it's a quick show like this week, we can do maybe like a 20-minute show or something before the Super Bowl or something.
Yeah. I'll do, if anything, I'll do a trade reaction at the end of the night. And next time we do this, I'll add your reaction. And then, yeah.
If there's like a major break, like Giannis or something gets traded, I will hop on that night. If there's like a big trade that happens like that, we can do like a 20-minute discussion about that or something.
So if the Bulls get Zion, are you hopping on?
Bulls get Zion, I'll probably hop on too. So if the Bulls even make a move that I like, I'll probably hop on too. Something like that, like something like big trade like that, like yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. It should be a fun week. Super Bowl week, got the trade deadline.
Yeah. It's a fun time to be a sports fan. Then you got the Winter Olympics, right? So
basketball's cranking up.
There you go. All right, guys.
Be a sports fan and tune in.
Thank you for watching this. Thank you for wasting your time on listening to two guys talk about sports and their opinions. We appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you guys so much.